Holy light of God, innocence of all life. This declaration of love, declaration of truth, to accept that as one in the union of love, every beloved is the holy light of God, the innocence. And the journey home, whatever that journey is called, is the return to the awareness of love. Love, God, divine wisdom, perfection, harmony, peace itself. All of this, these are words that attempt to reflect, attempt to touch the holiness that is all creation. In the belief of separation, there is not a way to embrace or see the divine holiness except through the eyes of love. The eyes of love are actually centered in the heart. The true vision of love opens in the willingness for it to open. It seems to be beyond possibilities because the belief in separation is so believed. Everyone in the world believes that there are separate bodies and separate identities and separate purposes. But as the journey of love calls, as each beloved walks in the calling to love, what gets discovered is all that has been thought to be accurate and known has no foundation of truth. There is no temporary life that ends up in death. It is nothing to fear. It's the realization of celebration. It's the realization of, thank God. Thank God I wasn't right in my belief of the past. Thank God this identity that I've clung to in the past is not the truth. Thank God. Thank God that no one has anything to apologize for. Innocence is all that exists. Innocence beyond even the innocence of a newborn baby. So pure, so perfect, so completely the Spirit of God, so completely the Spirit of love, that there is nothing in this temporary identity that can be referenced to. That's also not and does not need to be feared. The fear of dying, the fear of losing, the fear of damage is a nightmare that will fall away as easily and as simply as the breath. Every beloved who finds the stirring of the heart and questions, what am I if I'm not this identity, this life, this slave to time, this slave to fear? And in that questioning, what am I? There is an invitation that begins, an invitation for God, for the Spirit of love to reveal the truth. In the quiet, the quiet closet, in that quiet closet, you meet with God and you remember, this is my home. This is my resting place. This is my sanctuary. Here in the closet with God, devoid of the outside world. Peace is remembered. And peace is lived. And the realization comes that, oh my God, I am the peace of God. And in that realization, the I of the personal little self fades away. And the I that is one with all creation is remembered. In this journey of love, which in truth is not really a journey, because you never went anywhere. You never left the source of love. It's not possible to leave the source of love. It's all that really exists. And so you stepped into a dream, a nightmare of separation, believing in a mad idea of battle and fear. But even though it's a dream of separation, it's not reality. And you never left. And that is the remembering. That is the awakening, returning to that sublime awareness where you truly never left. In the state of a dream, everything seems so real. Everything seems so accurate, so solid. And everything in the dream says, defend. Defend against death, defend against the perceived differences, defend against everything. And in peace, all illusion of needing to defend anything finally starts to disintegrate. How does this illusion disintegrate when it seems so real? Only in the power of God, only in the power of love. The power of love is the power of the universe. That as you ask for remembering, for healing, your prayer is always answered. And in your willingness to let go of what you believe from the past, love bestows a miracle. The power of transformation is bestowed, and it breaks through the illusion of separation. It breaks the trance. It breaks the spell. Of knowing. It breaks that spell for just a moment. But in that moment, it collapses time. And illuminated truth floods through where it was denied before. The grace of love floods into your awareness and transforms. Miracles are the remembering breaks through what has been built as a defense. It only breaks through it because you have believed that the defense had some kind of hold on you, some kind of reality. It demonstrates to you the power of truth. It demonstrates to you the power of love itself. The miracle is love itself. And in your willingness to continue to learn of love, you learn to offer love. And as you learn to offer love without conditions, without trying to get something or win something or defend something, as you learn to offer love, your heart expands. And this too is the miracle that you are participating in with your willingness. You are, and you accept that you will offer miracles with God by offering your heart the truth of love without conditions. And you begin the journey of being in this divine schoolroom of learning, learning, learning to offer love. It becomes very simple. It has always been very simple. The perception of life in the world of separation is never simple. It depends on complexities. It depends on confusion. It depends on disturbances and problems. And finally, there is the realization that there is only one problem: the belief that you are separate from God. And in the journey of love, you open and accept. The one problem is no problem, because you are not separate from God. You never were, you never will be. And so, the battle with problems fades away, and peace is chosen. Peace is accepted. Peace is offered. And the realization of love returns. Returns to where it never left. But the trance is broken. The trance of the belief of separation disappears. This is the journey of love. It has no preferences. The journey of love does not choose one beloved over another and says, oh, this one has special gifts. Oh, this one has more holiness. Oh, this one has more talent. None of those things are reality. The return is the return to oneness, to union, and all beloveds are only one. There never was separate and different lives. There never was. What holds the belief of separation in place is the belief in fear. The belief that fear has something real in it. But when you call on love, when you call on peace, when you ask for help, the fear that you believed in so strongly and you used in an upside down belief of needing to protect something, the fear is finally seen for what it is. It's a no, it's a rebellion that says, I want to stay in my identity. Because I'm afraid of God. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to lose something. And God continues to whisper. The Spirit of love continues to whisper, you cannot lose anything. You are everything. You are the light of the universe. Learn to trust in love. And it will be revealed to you the peace and the harmony and the joy that is all light. It's not by magic. It's in the willingness from within. And the call of accepting peace and offering peace. Moment to moment. And every day is the schoolroom of learning to love and learning to forgive the trance, learning to forgive the made-up concepts of separation that never really was. Day by day. In the surrender of love, in the surrender to the power of God, time is used only for the learning of love. Day by day. In this moment, the willingness to release all that's been believed about the past into the hands of God. The willingness to be here in this moment, remembering and resting in love. Resting and allowing the divine power of love to transform everything that you offer that has been made up of the past. Every thought, every sense of disturbance, all anxiety, all senses of being a victim of the world in any way, released, surrendered into the hands of God, willing to rest in love. Day by day, moment by moment. And in this moment, accepting that here in the infinite circle of love, we are one. There is no one that has ever walked in this third dimension, no one that has ever lived in this universe that has ever not been your heart. Every beloved that you have ever seen in your life, every beloved that you have ever been in the same country with, in the same continent with, in the same world with. From the beginning of time, every beloved is the truth of your heart. Every beloved is the light of God in oneness. There has never been any separation. And all the creatures and all that is identified as living is the light of God. Everything is your heart. Everything is one with you. This is the return to love. This is the return to joy, the return to peace, the return to the natural life of love. To accept this is calling on the power of transformation, the willingness to return is then perfectly orchestrated, and you are just resting in the little boat, moving down the river back to God. The realization that there is nothing to worry or do or figure out. Love's guidance will direct you as you allow. The speed of the journey, if there is such a thing, is only by your willingness to be led. Trusting and allowing that here, in this infinite circle of love, we are one. And that this sanctuary is filled with love. This universe is all love. Everything is love. Everything is peace. Everything is harmony. Everything is limitless. There is only one presence here. It is the life force of God. And in truth and in realization, we live in that life force. We live and move and breathe as one in this life force of love. Surrender is so exquisite. And yet, in the world, it is totally feared because the ego has decided that that is the end of the ego, to surrender to God. And it is. There's a beautiful teaching that says the ego is edging God out. And that is the intention of being a separate self, having autonomy, personal thoughts, private thoughts, separate identity, all of it. And yet love keeps calling. Surrender it all to love and come back to peace. Moment to moment. Only here. Only now. Return to peace. Choose peace, because you do have the choice. That is the divine gift, is that you have a choice. And that choice is only given because there is a belief in love and a belief in fear. In the truth of love, there is no choice, because it's all love. But while you believe in fear and hatred, the divine gift of love gives you choice. And even choosing is a learning. To choose love is a leap of faith into an awareness that you are not familiar with. You know the world. You believe and have believed in the world of separation, in differences, levels, degrees, good and bad, right and wrong. And now love is calling you to trust in the promises of all the masters, and to choose peace, choose love. Let the power of your choice expand until you can't even imagine choosing anything else. And then the choice falls away because only love remains. Then the choice has disappeared because it is no longer needed. There's only love. Return. Return to this love that you are. Return. One of the ways that the power of love reveals itself is through remembering love through prayer, through hymns that vibrate the truth of love and connect you back into that vibration of love that you've forgotten. When these prayers are sung, the divine beings that offered these prayers to begin with offered them to humanity so that they could be used to open that vibration so that you can recognize the deeper calling and the deeper way home. And they also bring teachings of truth so that you can trust more deeply. So allow the prayer to fill your heart and open all the doors and windows to your awareness. When I feel this pain inside and I find nowhere to hide, Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. The sorrow now imprisons me. Somehow I need to be set free. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Heal me of my hurt and fear. Reveal the face of God so near. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. The safety of a mother's care, for Jesus it was always there. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. As I move toward the light, defend me in the dark of night. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Thank you for the love you give. In compassion for your Son I live. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Mother, rain your love on me. Let your heart break open in prayer. Let your heart break open in asking for guidance, for truth, for the way. Let your heart break open and find its yearning. I've cried a lot and have regretted the past. I leave everything that has been holding and yearning, and I'm going to go and live among the flowers with my Blessed Mother. I'm going to go and live among the flowers with my Blessed Mother and realize that the fears that have appeared in my life have been a great rebellion, the fear of God. Now, let's all, beloved, sing with love, sing with joy, because the truth is revealing itself through the willingness to remember. For all of love, all of God and the Divine Mother, in that truth of God, will dispel these fears as they are offered and realize that they have no purpose and no meaning. I'm the child of the Blessed Mother. I accept this truth, and I accept the truth of the power of God. I call the force of love to come and open my heart as I say yes, I'm willing. Choro muito e lamento tudo que já se passou. Deixo tudo saudosamente, vou viver no meio das flores. Vou viver no meio das flores, junto com a Virgem Maria. Os terrores que aparecem, essa grande rebeldia. Vamos todos, meus irmãos, vamos cantar com amor, para Deus e a Virgem Mãe nos defender desses terrores. Sou filho da Virgem Mãe, reconhece este poder. Chama a força, eu chamo a força para vir nos defender. I call the force of love to come and open my heart, do what I cannot do. I'm willing. Show me the way. Show me the way to return. Hold my hand as you lead me through this journey of love. Show me the way. Turn left 1,000 feet from here. God is always guiding. What I really want to give you, I can't. Yet all day long, I am painting maps on the sky with bright, tender sounds that say, turn left 1,000 feet from here, just past that next hill. Then make a sharp right as soon as you see that big rock that looks like an egg. There you will find the Tavern of Love. I'm a holy friend, and if you come close to me, I will whisper in your ear a secret about the one that has made us all the truth of love. Listening to the voice of God, listening to the guidance of love, is like having every direction that is necessary be given to you in just the perfect moment. When you open to guidance, as every beloved will eventually do, it's the recognition that guidance is the truth of you that's been held until you were willing to remember. And the way back to your true self is perfectly guided in every step, in the willingness to hear, in the willingness to accept correction and direction. How many times have you driven in a car with directions written and worried about if the directions will get you where you're supposed to go, or if you're going to make a mistake and end up someplace that you're afraid of? That ego identity runs at the beginning of guidance. The doubt is there because the main element of the ego, or one of the main elements of the separate identity, is to be distrustful, except for what you know yourself, and you think then that you have control. So it is a leap of faith to follow the directions of love, to let love guide you. It's a total leap of faith. And the courage that you use is never wasted. It's never frivolously given. It's never not perfectly called for. And the mind will want to come in and say, turn left 1,000 feet from here. Wait, how do you know that? How do I know that you're right? How do I know that following you is going to be what I really want? And all of those fears are being called to be put aside, and to realize that every master has at one time or another followed these same directions that are perfect for your journey. Every situation, the voice of love will guide you through it, to return to love, to return to healing. In every moment of every day, your life can be directed by love itself, as if you have your own concierge of God that is given to you to lead you home, because you are so adored. And it is God's will for you to return to your natural truth. There is nothing in love, there is nothing in the truth of God that does not want your happiness, that does not want your joy to be recognized and returned to. But this trust and this faith has to expand in order to make the journey a happy one. And what could possibly make the journey unhappy in that surrender? Only fear. Fear and resistance and wanting to stay in control. But every master knows that that is the cosmic joke. The cosmic joke is that there is anything to control. But fear's propaganda has said, oh yes, there is. And that has been believed in all the lifetimes that you've walked, in the belief of separation. But all day long, the truth of love is painting maps on the sky with bright, tender sounds to get your attention, to awaken that place within you that wants to be guided and wants to trust enough to allow that guidance to lead you. I am a holy friend, and if you come close to me, I will whisper in your ear a secret about the divine who has made us all love in oneness. All the secrets of the universe of love are waiting to be revealed to you. All the secrets and mysteries of the universe are waiting for your yes to step out of the little identity of limitation that is incapable of expanding into those divine mysteries. It's all trust and surrender in the divine truth of love. Prayer is the way to ignite your heart's willingness. Because when you pray for you. Why do prayers get repeated over and over and over again? Why are mantras repeated over and over and over again? The mantras and the prayers are not so God will hear them, because God hears everything of love and does not need them to be repeated. But in the journey of love, we need to have them repeated for us. We need to repeat them to remind us, to trigger our awareness of what we truly want and of what we're willing to surrender, and of opening the yearning that will mobilize us to be listening, to be available for guidance. Today, I lay aside all sick illusions of myself, and I let the Spirit of Love tell me who I really am. This is the exquisite place of that divine communion with guidance, of letting truth be revealed, of letting all decisions come from love, from allowing the direction that is most helpful to be shown to you. And there is absolutely nothing in love that will ever steer you in a wrong direction. It's not possible. It is always so accurate that it's breathtaking. But how can you receive that guidance when the mind is active with its own thoughts? Well, basically, you can't. You cannot serve two masters. And when you believe in your thoughts, your own thoughts, what you think you know, what you've conjured together, what you've assessed, what you've carried with you from the past, which is everything that you think you know. When that's in charge and running, that's all that you will hear. So there is a calling of willingness to suspend the mind so that you can hear the voice of love. The voice of love is not limited to an auditory voice in any way. It actually is a voice that is coming from the heart, from within your heart. And it can also fill your mind, but that is not in any way connected with the brain. It's the mind of God, the wisdom of the universe that reveals itself in the quiet, in the stillness, as you are in the closet with God. You learn. And you're shown the way. And it becomes such a delicious relationship that pretty soon you don't want anything else. You're not willing to go back to battle and pain and suffering, even in the disguise of knowing, even in the disguise of being right and winning, proving. All of those disguises begin to reveal themselves for what they really are, just pain and suffering. Love keeps calling. The awareness that it's up to you in the moment to moment to choose between truth and illusion by asking for that help and the willingness that every single offering of guidance, which can be every moment, is always perfect and always the essential element of the law of God. The law of God that is the law of love, that is always serving every beloved in every moment. In the one guidance, it will always be for all beloveds. When you receive guidance, the old habit of thinking with your mind and thinking you know something is to believe that someone, if you are shown a certain way, that someone else would be then expected to sacrifice, would be expected to lose, because in the belief of the world there's always winning and losing, that one person wins and the other person loses. One situation is for winning, another situation is for losing. But in the laws of God, through guidance, it is always what is most helpful for everyone, because there is only harmony in every element of guidance. Sometimes there's an unraveling that occurs through the guidance. But this is not loss. This is an unraveling of lies. This is an unraveling of concepts of pain and suffering that are ready to be let go. And love is always whispering, don't worry about this. This is the grace of God unraveling what has been the pain and suffering to return to truth and love. But it takes courage and it takes trust to let that unraveling not only begin, but continue. And not to worry about how long it continues, because it doesn't mean anything in time. When I was in the journey of remembering, and the mind would say, oh my God, how long am I going to walk through this? And the voice of love would always say, you've spent 10,000 lifetimes in pain and suffering, and this is the lifetime of remembering. This time means nothing. Rejoice. Rejoice in the unfolding and rest in the moment. Trusting the outcome, trusting the way of love. It becomes so simple. Love is wanting to take you beyond the reach of time so that you have no more private thoughts of separation, that you are no longer believing that you are an alien to love, but that love is your natural state. But this must be learned because it's been forgotten. And the learning is generous and the learning is perfect, always. The only thing that makes the journey seem difficult is the resistance to it. Every beloved walks through this in one way or another, praying for help, praying to surrender, praying for truth. And then when truth answers that prayer, and there begins to be what will seem like an unraveling and a shaking up, there is resistance to that shakeup because the fear arises and the want of control wants to take over and get things back under control. But that control is completely a false identity. There's nothing in the belief of temporariness and time and separation that ever stays the same. That's why there's so much misery, because everything is tried to be controlled, to keep it as you want it to be in a place of perceived safety, when it's just illusion. You've never felt safe, or you wouldn't be so afraid of losing control, because there never has been any safety in a sense of separation. Everyone carries in equality, basically, the belief of death. And the belief of death is at the bottom of all fear. Not just the belief of death as today I'm here, tomorrow I'm dead, but everything that leads up to it. The fear of scarcity is the belief of death. The belief that will lead you to starvation, the the belief that you won't have enough, the belief that you won't be enough, the belief that you are a body and you can be harmed, and that your emotions can be hurt because you believe in them, not realizing that all of the emotional body is part of the body of the belief of death. So God is calling you gently and fully to surrender the belief that you are this body, this separate identity, this identity that will die, and to truly accept that there is no death, and that there is no harm that can come to you. The truth of your divine spirit is not open to harm. It's not possible to harm the truth of who you are. All of the perception of harm is the fear of the outside to the outside, which is your body, the identity of that body. So the transformation into love is, I don't know what or who I am. I don't know the truth. I don't know how to look on anything because I've looked through fear. I've believed in death, and I believed that I was separate. I'm willing to be led. I'm willing to be shown the truth of love. I'm willing to trust in the power of the divine that every master has promised, that there is only one. Imagine even just a touch that there are no more enemies, that there are no more wars, that there is no more belief in scarcity, that all of the beliefs that are held in the belief of death disappear. That you have no one to fight with because there is no belief in scarcity. There's nothing to prove. You never have to prove anything ever again because there's nothing to prove. In the truth of all equality and union, everything is perfect and there is nothing to compare. Every comparison, every relationship with comparison is based on bodies and time. And the belief of different lives leading different stories. And none of that is real. There is only one heart, one life, one love. This you cannot know and you cannot conceptualize, but it must be accepted. And it will be accepted by every beloved that has ever incarnated. It will be accepted because it is the way home. There is only one. And the willingness to open to that love. Mother, rain your love on me. Somehow I need to be set free. Mother, rain your love on me. This is the heart's prayer for the Divine Mother of the universe, divine light of love, to shower you with awareness and comfort of the truth. In the belief of separation, it's completely upside down. The comfort in the world, the belief of comfort in the world, is the belief that it's going to justify your fears. To justify your fears that you are damaged, that you are to be pitied, that you are a victim, that you are your past, that you are vulnerable to damage. But the comfort of love is the comfort of truth, that you are innocent, that you are the light of God, that you are whole and complete, that you are not a victim, that you are not to be pitied, and that you have within you the strength of God. That is the comfort. That you can rely on the strength of God. And that when you call on that strength and you affirm, I am not weak, but strong in the truth of love, then the divine truth can illuminate your awareness to actually see how upside down your beliefs have been about strength and weakness. That you have believed that to surrender is weak and to defend is strength. And it's actually upside down. The strength is in love. To defend is weakness. To defend is the belief that there is death, that there is a you that needs defense of some kind, that you need to be proven right. But the strength is actually in the power of love, where you recognize that you are not at the mercy of anything except your own mind that is just making up things. But other than that, and that doesn't really exist except that you believe it does. The strength of God is your strength. I am not helpless, but all powerful in the truth of God, in the truth of love. To really want to learn the true strength, the power of God, that you want to open to that true power that has nothing to prove, that has nothing to win. And that you cannot be helpless because you are the light of God. And the belief of helplessness is the belief of death, has no reality. Step by step, learning, step by step, surrendering, step by step, allowing. Questioning illusions is the first step to allowing them to be undone. If you're not able to question or available to question what you believe, you won't be available to surrender them. You won't be available to recognize these are not of peace, these are not of love, these are not of joy. They're made up. And I want to surrender them now into the hands of God to be transformed and to be released, to be freed from the false identity, the false concept of separation. I don't know how to look on anything. And I'm willing to question the validity of the past thoughts in my mind. I'm willing to learn. Today, I will accept God's peace and joy in glad exchange for all the substitutes that I have made for happiness and peace. Willingly, let my own feeble voice be still, and let me hear the mighty voice for truth itself. The world that I see is what I gave it. It is a witness to my state of mind that I'm willing now to release, that I'm willing now to surrender and be freed from the mad delusions of the past. I forgive with all of my heart my beliefs of wrongdoing, of mistakes, of false identities. I forgive myself. I forgive myself and willing to forgive myself for every false identity that I've given to everyone. I'm willing. I'm ready to remember the truth of love. I'm willing to embrace the miracle. I'm willing to no longer seek to try to change the world, but to surrender my heart and be cleansed of all false identities. The heart says yes in every moment that there is a willingness. And that strength grows and grows as you expand into the willingness day by day, moment by moment, willing to remember. Only love is real. And every beloved is all love. And the dream will fall away. The nightmare will fall away. And you will sleep peacefully with God. And then you will awaken peacefully with God as one. Every day is filled with opportunity to refuse to get involved in what others do or don't do, in believing that it has any meaning, and to truly want to open the heart instead of pushing the heart closed by having opinions and assessments and judgments that have nothing to do with the truth of God, nothing to do with the truth of life. The belief in battle, the swords are dropped, and love is invited to be remembered, to be cherished, to be only love. Today, I will follow the directions and turn left 1,000 feet from here and follow, lead me home. Today, I begin again. Today, I learn to love. Today, I rest in God and trust the unfolding.